Everything just gelled into being something that I wanted. And I didn't run away from home because I didn't like being at home, because I had a great home life. But I wanted to go, and there was thousands of teenagers that crowded these recruiting officers to get in that didn't get the chance to go. I would never made Marines. I don't think I'd ever made the Army. But Navy, that's a bad thing to say, but they'd take just about anybody. And I was one of the ones they took. We went to Great Lakes, Illinois, recruit training, and I also went to cook and baker school there. That was this vocation that I picked because I like to eat. And from there I went to Little Creek, Virginia, and then to Solomons, Maryland, and that was a huge amphibious training base. In case people that don't know what amphibs are, they're landing craft. And we were eventually assigned to LST-288. They didn't have names then, only numbers. They didn't think they were coming back, so they gave them a number instead of a name. And we left New York in February of '44. And unbeknownst to me, we had 16,000 tons of ammunition on that thing, and I didn't know it, or I might not never, I might have stayed. We loaded up on the 4th and got out in the middle of the channel, and it was too rough, so they turned us around and sent us back. Then we went out the night of the 5th, and it wasn't not that much better, but they went on. And we had fed these guys the best we could feed them, roast beef, ice cream, because our skipper said these guys might never get another meal, and we're going to take care of them. So we did. Our boats were going in. We had 6 LCVPs, and they were bringing wounded back, taking equipment and soldiers in and bringing wounded back. And I mean, they had them piled in there. This might sound crude to some people, but it was like cordwood. Well, Utah was our second landing. It was Utah Beach. And I still don't know how, out of the 1,050 made, only 27 was lost to battles. The rest of them was carelessness. But they were taking farm boys and country boys like me and training them for a little while, and most of our officers were reserve officers, and putting them on them because they couldn't afford academy officers to, to take care of these little flimsy little landing craft that turned out to not be so flimsy little landing craft. We went through one hurricane and a pretty bad storm out in the North Atlantic. So, and those things went through typhoons out in the Pacific. I know the value of being a free person in a free country. We don't always get our own way. Now, let's face it. It's for the people, by the people, not necessarily all the time. But I don't think I would want to be born anyplace else if I had a choice. And that's what makes me proud to be here and be a part of it. And I have been a part of it. I'm overjoyed to the fact that I'm an American. I am proud to have served my country, and I am proud to have served my community. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to hold on to this life, but I'm ready. If God wants me, I'm ready to go. I'm not going to run down the street to catch the bus, but I am ready to go if my time could come up. One is a fireman, one is a deputy sheriff, one is a nurse, the other one is taking a paralegal course. This is what they want to be, and they're working at being the very best they can. And this is what you have to do. If you're going to be great at anything, just be your best. They don't have to make a name for themselves. They've made a name with me and with Grandma. So, if they just grow up and be good and don't get in any trouble, and don't get too far off the path. He's not going to let them go. I mean, that's my way of thinking. And that's what I want for them. And that's just about as good as you can ask for, really is.